In this lesson, we're going to talk about threads. We're going to talk why they're important, the benefits of them, the different types of threads, the anatomy of a winning thread. I'm going to tell you about how to write the hook, how to write the body, how to write the CTAs, and how to overall make your threads pop. So let's kickstart this with why threads are important. So threads are great for a ton of reasons. The main being that you can chunk a ton of information and knowledge together, unlike you can in a tweet. You can go far deeper into something without being limited by characters. So in the case of personal branding, threads allow you to go that step deeper and really engage with your audience. Tweets are the surface level of information. Threads are the core. Threads don't get written as much as usual anymore because of the long form tweets, but both are great. Threads still allow you to hit that core level of expressionism and education. So before we get into how to write threads, let's have a look at why they're great. Easy consumption. Threads break information into bite-sized chunks, making it easier for followers to consume, understand, and retain the information. So step-by-steps are great examples of this. Storytelling. Threads are great for telling stories or narratives. Storytelling is a massive tool in branding because of the way it engages your audience emotionally and helps build a connection. Increased engagement. As your audience engages with one tweet and thread, they are more likely to continue reading the subsequent tweets, leading to more higher overall engagement. Each tweet in a thread offers an opportunity for likes, retweets, and comments. Authority and expertise. So if you're constantly posting insightful threads on topics you're knowledgeable about, you position yourself as an expert in that field. Over time, people will recognize your handle as a go-to source for insights on specific topics. Reach and virality. A well-crafted thread has the potential to go viral, increasing your reach exponentially. Each individual tweet within the thread can be shared, thereby amplifying the entire thread's visibility. Leadership. Threads really allow you to dive deep into topics, showcasing your thought leadership and analytical abilities. It'll let followers see your thinking process and how you approach problems on subjects. So now let's talk about the three different types of threads. We have authority, we have growth, and we have value. Authority threads should be used to show your expertise by addressing specific pain points or problems that your target audience has, and then showing them methods to solve them. These are great for positioning yourself as a thought leader. Now we've got growth threads. Growth threads should be used to address foundational problems faced by a broader audience. These are great for attracting and educating a non-niched audience and expanding your engagement and reach. And then we have value. Value threads should be used to share personal experiences, insights, or self-reflections. They're great for creating that deep personal connection with followers that offer authentic value. So authority and value are more lead gen, and then growth are obviously more growth. So let's talk about the three different types. So we've got the authority thread. Objective of the authority thread is to establish yourself as an expert or an authority in a specific niche or domain. So this is the process. You find your ICP's problems, dive deep into understanding the problems, needs, and challenges of your target audience, solve them content. Address these problems with insightful and helpful content. This can be in the form of tips, research, findings, step-by-step solutions, or expert opinions. When you consistently offer solutions, you're positioning yourself as the go-to resource for that domain. Now, the benefit of authority threads is it increases trust among your target audience and enhances your credibility. This thread type can attract partnerships, collaborations, and even business opportunities. Let's talk about growth threads. Now, growth threads cater to a broader audience, especially those new to a subject or domain, and they'll help grow your followers and engagement. This is the process. So you find a beginner's problem. Identify challenges that beginners in a particular field face. These are often basic foundational issues that experts might overlook, but they're essential for those just starting out. And then you solve the content, so offer beginner-friendly solutions, tips and guides. Use simple language, illustrations, and relatable examples. Now, the benefit of this is it attracts a broader audience, especially those new to the field. Helps in expanding your reach and building a larger base of loyal followers, hence why it's called growth thread. Now, value threads. These share personal experiences, insights, or self-reflections to provide value to your followers and enhance relatability. The process of this, you find your own problems, reflect on your personal challenges or issues you faced in the past or are currently navigating, then you solve the content. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to provide a definitive solution. Sometimes the narrative of your experiences, your lessons you've learned, or the resources you found helpful can be valuable to others. The benefits of value threads are it enhances personal connection with your followers. Such threads often resonate deeply as they come from a place of authenticity, and then they can also stimulate meaningful conversations and engagement. So let's have a look at the anatomy of a thread. So it starts off with the engaging hook. So the purpose of the engaging hook is to capture attention and provide a glimpse into what the thread will cover. Characteristics of an engaging hook: clear, compelling, and speaks directly to the reader's interest or pain point. Then the content structure. The purpose of the content structure is to organize the information for easy consumption. So it's going to have a logical flow. It's going to have clear subheadings or numbers for each tweet, consistent format, and a mix of text, visuals, GIFs sometimes, or links when you can. In the thread, you can have valuable insights. So this offers readers actionable or thought-provoking information. It's normally data-driven points, expert opinions, and personal experiences, or it's a unique perspective that aren't commonly discussed. Visuals, they don't always have to be in threads, but you can if you want to. The purpose of visuals is to break the monotony of text and illustrate points more effectively. These are going to be things like relevant images, GIFs, infographic, charts, or videos. Then we end with a conclusion to summarize the key points and provide closure. Basically, just give a brief recap, give your final thoughts, and a call to action, as we'll discuss now. So a CTA, or a call to action, this is to guide readers on the next step. So the characteristics, it can be prompt to share the thread, check out related article or another tweet, sign up for a newsletter, or simply just engage with the question. Or you can have them DM you so you can sell them something. So let's talk about hook writing. The hook is the most fundamental part of the thread. Yes, the information in the thread could be worth millions of dollars, but if you can't convince people to read it, it's technically worth zero. When you write a hook, you're not just telling people what the thread is going to be about, you're crafting a literal hook to bring them in. You play with emotions, you cover pain points, you propose that you have the solution to their problems. It's not as simple as saying that you have the key to the lock. You need to prime them first. You need to make them understand that they have problems and where they could be if they didn't have them. And then you tell them that you have the secret sauce. I like to do this using the hook solution tied together structure. This is that structure. So the hook sets up the thread. So it basically shows people what the problem is. You're showing them the problem that they are having and priming them, letting them know that you're about to solve it. So first you attack. So let's give an example. Most people suck at increasing conversion rates with X. Then we move to the solution. You tell them what they should be doing so they won't have that problem anymore. So this sets up the tie together as you're going to teach them how to do what you just said. So we can start by saying most people suck at increasing conversion rates with X. Then if you want to increase conversion rates, you need to be doing X. And then we end it with a tie together. The tie together ties the problem and the solution together with a proposition or the value you're about to give. So you show them how you're going to teach them with the thread. An example would be, I put together a 5-step roadmap you can follow to 10 times conversion rates with X. So the entire hook would be, most people suck at increasing conversion rates with X. If you want to increase conversion rates, you need to be doing X. I've put together a 5-step roadmap you can follow to 10 times conversion rates with X. Okay, the body. Now, after you've nailed the hook, the most important part of the thread is the information you showcase. So the hook and the body go hand in hand. If you have a terrible hook but invaluable information, no one's going to read. If you have a great hook but terrible information, no one's going to read. So it's important to nail the information you put in the thread as well as the hook. The body of the hook isn't just as simple as writing the information. There's different styles, there's different types of thread bodies you can utilize depending on your goal of the thread. Sometimes shorter threads work better than longer, and sometimes question-based threads work better than stories. So let's take a look at all the different types of thread bodies and how they can be best utilized. So there's a total of 6. So we start with a narrative style. Narrative style description for this would be a storytelling approach. It's weaving a coherent and compelling tale throughout the thread. It's best used when sharing personal experiences, historical events, or any topic that benefits from a sequential unfolding of events. Best way to do this is to use cliffhangers or intriguing transitions between the tweets to keep the readers hooked. Then we've got the listicle style. So the listicle style presents information in a list format, breaking down concepts into numbered or bullet points. Best used with how-to guides, tips, tools, or any topic that can be segmented into clear and distinct points. Start with the most crucial point, and that way you can grab attention early. The Q&A style. This formats the thread as a series of questions followed by answers. So we've got a tweet per question, and then the answer in that question in the same tweet. This is best used when you address common questions on a topic or breaking down complex subjects into easily digestible bits. I would use commonly asked questions or questions that evoke curiosity. I wouldn't do random questions that nobody asks. Then we can do the debunking style. So this one takes popular myths or misconceptions and debunks them. So this is best used when you want to correct misinformation or bring clarity to a topic. Best tip for this is to start with the most widespread or surprising myths to generate that interest. Then we can do the comparison style. So this one compares 2 or more items, concepts, or ideas side by side. This one's best used when discussing pros and cons, showing the evolution of an idea, or contrasting different viewpoints. Good tip for this is to use tables, charts, or other visuals for a clear comparison. Thread within the thread. Now this one is a nested approach where you start a sub-thread within the main thread, diving deeper into specific points. Now this one is best used for multifaceted topics where one aspect requires its in-depth exploration. So tip for this is to clearly indicate the start and end of the sub-thread within the thread to avoid any confusion. Now let's talk about the CTA. We've done the hook, we've done the body, let's talk about the CTA. Every single thread should end with a CTA or a call to action. Call to action is basically instructing people to take action on something. Now this could be buying a product, DMing you so you can sell your service, or signing up to a newsletter, etc. It could be anything. But you have to make sure that you put in a CTA at the end of your threads, otherwise all that traffic that your thread just gained is being wasted. So I'm going to walk you through the different types now of CTAs based on the desired outcome, and then the different ways you can style your CTAs. So these are the types of CTAs. We've got the engagement CTAs. So this one increases interactions or engagement. So designed to foster interactions, participation, or dialogue. This one will encourage users to communicate, share, or actively encourage with content, fostering a new sense of community or personal involvement. So things like leave a comment below, retweet if you enjoyed, like if this resonated with you. And we've got the information gathering CTA. This one is for collecting information from the audience, often for lead gen. So this one aims to collect data or feedback from users, typically in exchange for something of value. This type of CTA often leads to forms, surveys, or signups where the users provide personal details, preferences, or insights. By surveys, I mean like application forms. Examples of this one: subscribe to our newsletter, sign up to get exclusive content. We've got a sales or conversion CTA. This one directly drives sales or other types of conversions. So it's directly focused on driving sales or other specific actions that contribute to business objectives. So it's explicit in its intent to convert the user into a customer or subscriber. So hit me up in the DMs, book your spot now, start your free trial. Then we've got the educational CTA. This one provides more in-depth information or resources. So it offers further learning or deeper dives into topics, often leading to resources, detailed articles, extended content. Caters to an audience's curiosity or a desire for more knowledge. So download our guide, look at the case study, watch the full tutorial. And then the last one is the network expansion CTA. So this one is to grow on social media or grow your presence on network. So it encourages users to connect on social platforms by enhancing the brand's reach and establishing a more consistent relationship with the audience. It also taps into the community building aspect of social networks. So follow us or me for daily tips, join the community on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now these are the different styles of CTA. So we've got the direct command, which is clearly telling the audience what you'd like them to do. So click here, read more, follow us. We've got the invitation, which invites the audience to explore or participate without being too commanding. Discover the full story, join our community, let's dive in. Question-based, which poses a question to stimulate curiosity or self-reflection. Want to learn more? Ready to take the next step? Looking for the expert advice. Benefit-driven, which emphasizes the advantage or value the audience will get from taking the action. Unlock premium features. Start your journey to better health. Save 50%. And then we've got fear of missing out, or FOMO. So this one implies that there's something valuable that they might miss out if they don't act now. Limited time offer, only a few spots left. And then the testimonial, which uses others' experiences or endorsements to persuade. So see why 10,000 people or customers trust us. Join the best rated course on the market. And then the one thing you should do right at the end of the thread, apart from the CTA, is plug yourself at the end. So when you write a long thread, people reach the bottom and will simply just click off it and go to the next piece of content they want to read. So what you want to do is you want to plug the first tweet in the thread at the end of the thread with a small CTA telling people if they like the thread, then they should follow you and retweet the first tweet or whatever else you want to say. You can do this with scheduling tools, or you can do it manually after you post the thread. All you have to do is copy the link to the first tweet in the thread and then add it as another tweet in the thread at the end.